Welcome to Wedding Day Podcast with your hosts, Sonja Babich, CEO of Iron Diamond Media, a leading wedding resource featuring 7 localized wedding brands across the country.
Hi everybody, Sonja Babich here with Wedding Day Podcast. I have my Brittany here, publisher of Wisconsin Bride and Arizona Bride, with me as my co-host. And we are sitting here in lovely Madison with OMB Photo Co. owners Olivia and Bryan. Hi guys.
Hi.
So happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you.
We're really excited to be here today.
Yes.
Oh, we are too. Well, we're just, your energy is so contagious. Like every time I see both of you, you're just smiling ear to ear. I'm like, what couple would not want to have you two as their wedding photographers?
We have some fun. I mean, definitely, we try to keep things lighter and because we honestly get better content when people are relaxed.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's like the biggest thing. And we also, we're coming into people's honestly, some of the most intimate moments that they have, on their wedding days. So if they're not comfortable with us, then we have a problem.
Yeah. Get out of town.
Exactly.
So tell us how you two started OMB. Like, what's Spark Note little story?
So I have been photographing since, in the wedding world since 2009. And when Bryan and I met, it's kind of when we officially started OMB Photo Co. really started kind of coming together. So 2015 was when we met, and we started photographing together, and we both have this nostalgia, and this is what is like the baseboard of why we do what we do. I call it post-it note moments, because for me, growing up, my dad would always write little love notes to my mom on post-it notes and put them in the water glass cupboard, so every time she would open the cupboard, she would see these little love notes.
Are people taking notes right now?
I know. And so Bryan started doing that for me when we lived in this terribly eggnog colored apartment, our first apartment together, and he started that for me too. And we realized that everybody has these special little things like that, and we want to capture those beautiful little nostalgic moments for each person. So long story short, that's kind of what our business is all about, and how we got started together.
It describes you perfectly. I love that.
And the O and the B. I just you guys. This is so embarrassing blonde moment.
No, you're fine.
I just realized it in the bathroom, so I'm right behind you.
You're fine.
What?
Totally good.
We
God.
purposely.
But it really says about your partnership and your marriage as a business too. I'm sure you're actually one of the I know there's other couples, married couples that are photographers, but we don't have any clients that are actually married couples to think about with Iron Diamond, but how do you that has to be such a bonus to the day, because it's your best friend working with you, and I think couples actually have to love that too, right?
I mean, I would hope so. I think.
No, absolutely they do. Yeah, I would say a lot of it is, it's bonus to have, your partner, your best friend on the wedding day with you, because they also can kind of read your mind as well. And especially since COVID times when we were masking and everything, we would be across the reception from each other and talking to each other through our eyes. We got really good at that.
That's exactly it.
Because you couldn't mouth anything, because you couldn't see someone's mouth.
Telepathy.
And and I think, I don't know, it's a blast. And it's also we spend a lot of time with our couples and with them and their partner, but we also obviously have a lot of late nights that we're driving home from the different weddings or staying in random hotels or whatnot. But
at Quick Trips.
Yes, we spend a lot of time in Quick Trip. But it's a good time, and I couldn't see capturing couples and weddings with anyone else, honestly.
Yeah.
Love that.
So, because you guys are kind of both talented. Is there the lead photographer? Is there the second shooter with both of you? How does that work? Is one more the editor?
So we're kind of a weird dynamic, and I think this is something that sets us apart from other husband and wife photo teams. And what it kind of looks like is that we're both sort of lead photographers.
Okay. You're kind of like Friends, the show.
Literally. So, I mean, either of us will step in as needed. A lot of times it looks like I'm the one who's, doing the main group photos. But other than that, we're kind of we just roll with each other.
Yeah.
It just is like this natural flow of leading, and we don't ever really have to communicate about it. It just happens naturally. Perk of
that's
in the years of being together, right?
And also,
knowing your styles now as a team.
Yeah, and like shooting together as well. Like we've captured so many different couples and weddings that now it is that smooth transition of there's times where Olivia's kind of setting up a couple in a certain spot, and then I'm in a completely different angle just because we're two humans, so we can have that, and so she'll get the main shots, and then I'll quick yell, be like, hey, go do this now, because so that they can so we can kind of shift. But we try to make that, I think over the years we've developed this way of being able to prompt and pose people so that they are comfortable, and we bring them into that authentic space where they can really just interact with each other as two humans, and really just spend one of the best days of their lives together. Whether it be a lifestyle session, whether it be wedding day, it's really, really fun. And we definitely play off each other a lot. I can get a lot louder than Olivia.
You can.
So when it comes to wrangling family members, I'm fine with yelling, "Where's Uncle Al?" or whatever, and making sure that people focus up and need to at the same time if needed. But,
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of sessions, let's talk about engagement sessions.
Yeah.
We'd love to.
Your specialty.
Yes. So we have a bit of a different perspective on engagement sessions, and it comes from our own experience of when we were engaged and we did an engagement session, and we realized that sometimes it feels a little cold or a little, we're gonna put heels and a dress on or a suit on because that's what we think we're supposed to do for engagement photos, which is fine. If you are a heels and dress or a suit and tie kind of couple, beautiful, do it. But I think for a lot of people, it makes more sense to do something a little more cozy, a little more personal, a little more them. And so we always, when we are talking with our couples, we always kind of prompt them to think about what are your daily rituals? What are moments in the day that are special to you? Is it cuddling on the couch? Is it making pasta together? And then whatever they tell us that is, usually it's just them kind of spilling out ideas of what they actually do on a day. But when they say those ideas, that's when we dive in and we go, let's run with it. Okay, you guys love reading. Let's go to your favorite bookstore in Madison and then finish with drinks at your home bar at your house.
It's like engagement and lifestyle mixed.
That's exactly
it.
And it's so personable. It's so personal to them, and it feels like, let me back that sentence up. We want to capture what the season of life feels like for this couple.
Yeah.
Not just a moment of dressing up and looking nice, but what does this season of life feel like?
Yeah.
And
in this moment.
And that's exactly what it is. So I think back to when we used to live in Colorado, and man, why didn't we get photos together in our little eggnog colored apartment?
Yeah.
Because that was that season of life.
I know,
you
I
know?
love that. I love how you say that.
It's
so hard.
Good. I'm quoting this right
I
now.
know.
Stealing it.
Especially as a mom, there's so many moments where I'm like, don't take my picture. But now I'm like, why didn't I take pictures when I was there?
exactly
That
it.
was my moment in life. So,
That's exactly it.
such a great way to describe it too, from a wedding standpoint, because I feel like you always feel and look like this is my prime time, this is my best, but truly there's so many people that maybe don't feel like, oh, I don't want to do the heels on the fall leaves and the picture perfect. Like, I want to just be cozy on my couch.
That's exactly
so I love that.
But I love that you say season of life, because when you're falling in love and you're in that love moment with your partner, like, that is such a season.
Yes.
And it's a reflection that you look back on that season and how you felt during that time.
Yeah.
And to actually capture your place that warms your heart, that you reflect on, of how you fell in love, and still, like, just remembering those times is just so key, instead of memories, and instead of going to a random park and just, like you said, throwing on a dress with heels and pick me up and pop my heel.
That's exactly it. You know, and of course we'll still do those cute moments of, you know, pick me up.
Yeah, everyone needs save the dates.
Everyone
needs
right.
those couple, formal ones. But, there's also been times where we have gone to a park, and it might have been a dog park, and we have our couples bring their pups along, and they're literally, some of my favorite photos are literally this couple that they're running with their dogs, and it is the sweetest thing ever. That's another thing that we also absolutely adore, is so many of our couples have pets, whether that be a cat, whether that be some dog.
That's usually the first child, no matter what
Yes,
happens.
yes.
Forever child.
Yes.
Favorite child.
Yes.
Still
Favorite child.
Wilson.
Hence why I have a tattoo of one of our dogs on my arm.
I know. That's my favorite, was my Zoom meetings with them, and their dogs would be in the background, just like part of the conversation.
Your Christmas card. Didn't you have one with dogs too?
Oh, they're on every Christmas card.
Yeah, and by the way, they sent me a Christmas card. I love Christmas cards. P.O. Box 5, Rice, Minnesota, 56367.
Especially if there's dogs in the photo.
Dogs just are happy. So, put a dog in an engagement photo. Yeah. They're going to be the star. Let them.
Well, they come to weddings.
Exactly.
They're part of the day now.
Exactly.
100%.
So
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
it's such a fun part.
Some of the best ring bearers have been pups. So.
They always provide comedic relief too.
Oh yes.
We could have a whole podcast just on having dogs at a wedding.
Oh my gosh.
How
here and
to
just
have
talk
a
about
dog at
it.
your wedding.
Because at first, back when I was a venue planner, I'm like, when they would say dog, I'm like, oh god. I'm like, no, I don't know what to do. You can't come inside. I'm golfers. I'm like, for real? And now I'm like, oh yeah, bring the dog. I'm like, what's your dog odor? You're like, oh, you can have a dog? Yeah.
So true.
If you don't have a dog, then you don't understand.
It's very true. It's true.
But that's so cool about engagement sessions. What's been the coolest one that you got to pulled on your heartstrings a little bit more than others that you did that was more unique?
We had, I'm gonna say 2, because one is an anniversary session. So, and the other is a new family. They just had their first baby session. Aww. And so with the anniversary session, something that we do is, if a couple doesn't feel like they have a need for an engagement session, we still include engagement sessions in our packages for our couples, because we really want to get to know them better and for them to have a time that's separate from their wedding. It just is, again, going back to that season of life, something separate from their actual wedding day. And so if they would prefer, we'll exchange out the engagement session for a 1-year anniversary session. Okay. And so...
And they're probably so happy to see you.
It's so much fun. It is
Yeah.
so much fun. I mean, it's just like you're getting back together with old friends.
Yep.
And so we had a couple in Milwaukee who had us over to their adorable, charming, historic home, and they had a pasta night, and they did home-cooked pasta. And I mean, they
homemade.
They did this pile of flour, and there's egg yolks in it, and we drew a little heart in the flour. It's things like that, and it just was... It was just so them, and they were so comfortable and so in their element, and the dog is there trying to sneak little tidbits, and then we all sat down together and shared the meal together. It just was beautiful. Yeah. And then the second one, most recently, it was a little bit earlier this year, we had a couple who they reached out because they wanted to have a lifestyle session with their beautiful little boy who they had just had. And so as we were planning, it got closer, and in the week before they said, surprise, we bought a new house. Can we do part of the session in our old house to capture that chapter of our lives, and then walk over, because it's on like the same block, walk over to the new house. And so we did that, and we walked over to the new house, and they had boxes, and we ordered a pizza, and they sat on the floor, and they drank champagne.
It's so cute.
It just, those are the kinds of things, it's just simple things.
Yes,
The simple things that are the most profound.
Like what you're living. I would love to hear more about your specialty, again, elopements, intimate weddings. You've obviously talked about how you guys are very intimate with your couples. So tell us a little bit more about why that's so special to you and why you love doing them.
Yeah, you know, I want you to answer this one.
Okay. So
Sorry.
No, I appreciate
like,
it.
I want to jump in.
No, I mean, I really think that we really realized our passion for intimate weddings and elopements kind of through COVID, through the backyard weddings that we, kind of had to have because everything was shut down. And it was, obviously a very uncertain time, but we brought on couples and were able to capture their event, and it was literally the most intimate family. It was truly the most important people that were, could be there, were there, and that's it. And it became like, we kind of realized that like we started feeling part of the family too. And also like that's something that we always kind of strive to have, is to have people be very comfortable while we're capturing their day and being a part of those intimate moments. And through that, it's just like we get the most incredible photos of these little micro moments that the families are having, because they are allowed, there's less structure because there is fewer people, so you don't have to have as many logistics, and so the couple is a little bit more relaxed on the logistical side of things. And so with like an intimate wedding, there's just fewer details that you have to take care of, and then you don't have to go around tables. And I'm not dogging on big weddings. I love big weddings.
We had a big wedding.
We did, absolutely. But there's something special to where you can really spend that much more time, one, with your partner, because they're not getting pulled away from with 200 people wanting each other's attention from all these different parts of your life. And then you also get to spend the most time with the most important people of your day. And then when it comes to the elopement side of things, I think we absolutely love coming alongside couples, helping plan, and and especially when it comes to adventure elopements, it really, really gets exciting.
Hot air balloon?
Hot air balloon elopement.
Yes, hot air balloon. Yes, they're so good.
Yep. So things like that, very unique, and like you don't hear about those kinds of things, and being able to like work that out and be able to come alongside that couple was awesome. We had a sailboat elopement, actually a couple of those, and also recently at first I got licensed to be an officiant, just as like a just in case kind of situation, where it's like, hey, we have a couple that their officiant is like stuck in traffic or something, like I would be able to step up. But now it's kind of transitioned to where we offer that to our engagement or elopement couples to be like, hey, like if you want, I can facilitate your wedding as well. And so what that looks like is that Olivia and I will be both capturing the elopement. I'll put my camera down, maybe put on a little bit fancier clothes on, and then officiate, and then pick up like where I left off. And so it's been really, really fun. And
it probably comes more like ideal in those adventure moments, right?
Yes.
If you really want to be couple and the photographer.
Yep.
Right? That's where I can see that being such a great thing.
That's exactly it.
Well, and the connection you've already made with them too, when you're eloping, you want it to be so special. So you already have that attachment and that connection. So doing that is probably really special for them too, not adding another person, keeping it,
I'm going to throw a little curveball. So intimate weddings, when at our venue, I felt like as a venue hat on, like guests or family members or even wedding, like they would get to know our team more in a good and bad way. Like they would pay attention to all the things that we're doing more versus a larger wedding that you're just, there's so many people, you're looking at what she's wearing, what he's wearing. But like when it's more intimate, they're like, that's the kitchen, huh? Yeah. You know, that's how they get in. Oh, that's how they clean the dishes. Yeah. Oh, can I get a cup of coffee back there?
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't have coffee tonight. Yeah, you do.
But it was like almost like they wanted to become like our friends of the service staff, right? And it was like good and bad. I'm like, no, we just want you to be a guest. Don't look at our business here, and don't be like snooping more. They snoop more with smaller weddings. I don't know. Do you guys notice that too with a little of the smaller? Maybe not, because you're always with the couple.
You know, I think we kind of welcome it. I think we welcome, we do welcome people to kind of snoop and ask us questions. And I love that people feel comfortable coming up to us and saying like, hey, I am really into nature photography. Like, can we talk about cameras?
Yeah.
We love that. Yeah.
Or,
it's also good to break up conversation too for you guys instead of just.
It is, and we even had.
We're real people.
Yep.
We're real people. We are very real people. We had a wedding this past weekend where the groom and his family are from Chile, and so his family flew in from Chile, and then the bride and her family are from here, and so it was a really cool experience. There was 10 people total. And so we spent the day with them going to Olbrook Gardens and the Capitol, and we got them married, and it was this beautiful moment, so many beautiful moments where there was a language barrier for a little bit, and so like the family would act as translators for each other. But one of the moments that stuck out to me is at the end of the day, one of the brothers was talking to us, and he was saying how in Chile, him and his girlfriend want to go into the same field together. And so he was talking to us about like what that dynamic is like working with your partner. And it's just, again, those things of if people want to invite us in and make us feel like family, I would love that. And it's, my gosh, we cry along with the speeches. Like we're here for the most intimate moments, and so it only makes sense that I think guests kind of start seeing us as a part of the group.
Yeah.
So we're happy, and it's an honor to be that.
Yeah, and I think also just getting older, more seasons, right,
Yes.
of life.
Yeah.
You become more welcoming to and understanding. Just like how we always say, everybody needs to be in the service industry.
Yeah.
But just to understand like the hospitality world too, and just be more giving and also like enjoying those moments. But I love the parts of being adventurous with you too, like with the couple going there, like that has to make a wedding day like so fun instead of just like being in a box.
It is, yeah.
100%.
So I bet, do you encourage to like, hey, let's move?
It's yes, with the intimate weddings, especially intimate weddings and elopements. We kind of have those conversations of like, what is something you've always wanted to do? Like, give me what is your wildest dream? And that's, I mean, like with a couple who we eloped with for the hot air balloon, that was just a random, we had gotten acquainted and she reached out and said, yeah, we're thinking about like maybe like we've always wanted to do a hot air balloon ride, so we're thinking about eloping in a hot air balloon. And we were like,
You're like 10 out of 10.
You're like,
okay,
come in.
like let's do it. Let's do it. And same thing with the sailboat. They wanted to do something intimate, and they said they were looking things up, and they came across one of our blog posts about eloping on a sailboat in Door County. And so we were able to kind of guide them through that. And even then, you know, couples will reach out and they don't know exactly what they want, but through getting to know them and knowing what sort of things they find enjoyment in, that's how we guide, here's XYZ things that might be really fun for you guys to do and really meaningful to do on your elopement or intimate wedding. So let's go take a break. You know, we'll do the ceremony here with, you know, your hand-picked nearest and dearest, and then the four of us and the couple, are gonna quick run off to the state park nearby and do some windswept photos on the cliffs, and then we'll come back to the party.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's very fun.
It has to fill your bucket. Like,
absolutely. Well, and I think too, it's like we've been, in the wedding industry and being wedding professionals for so long that now it's like I feel like we've gone away from like timeline planning and like figuring out what activities we do to mentoring of being like, okay, kind of just understanding our couple and being like, okay, what's important between you and your partner, and identifying those things and being like, you know what, probably these like what is it? Like just kind of brainstorming with them, but then also kind of giving them that guidance of like what is possible and then what's going to be kind of a drag that you're actually going to be regretting after the fact. So sometimes they're like, oh, well, what if we do this? And be like, that's an hour drive. Probably not.
Yeah. The O&B interview. The O&B interview.
Absolutely.
I love it.
You two truly make things possible with like what we see. Like you truly hear the ideas and like, let's make it work. It's your one day. It's your story.
And what you submit to us too. You guys always submit wonderful things, and it's so fun. So you can tell like the adventure in all your photos. You never know what we never know what we're gonna open. It could be from anywhere. So it's been really fun to just kind of see your journey too, from even when I've started. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm. You're definitely not boring, you two.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sitting with us today on Wedding Day Podcast. Of course, we just adore both of you. Brittany literally just said what I completely agree with. We just adore you both so much. So.
Thank you.
It definitely was an honor to be here today. 100%.
You two are lovely, and Iron Diamond, Wisconsin Bride, everybody is just amazing. So we're so thrilled to have been able to sit down with you two.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for tuning into Wedding Day Podcast. We will see you next time. See you. Bye.
Bye.